we're going to start off with our meditation like we usually do. Some people will filter in. I did join Zoom, so we're not going to have to rush out exactly at 10:40. So if you want to stay and give me some feedback, looks like this class will be moving to 9 a.m. next week, and then I'll add some additional classes. All right, thanks everyone for showing up. Come on back to your seat and find a comfortable seated position.
Sure.
Let your spine feel really nice and tall. Give yourself actually a little bit of movement before we meditate today. So just hands on the knees, and you're going to open and arch the chest forward just a little bit, kind of lean back, inhale, and then exhale and curl. So a little cat and cow and seated, just to open up the chest. 2 more rounds. Inhale, open. Exhale, slowly curl. And 1 more. Inhale, open. Exhale and slowly curl. All right. Unwind the spine. Come back up to vertical. Either relax your hands in your lap. You can take a mudra position, thumb and index finger together, or bring your palms down on your knees. Do whatever feels most comfortable to you today. As you start to relax your body, notice the breath and notice the pathway of the breath as it moves through the body. Allow the breath to lift your energy up as you inhale. Allow the breath to draw that energy all the way into the body. And as you exhale, let go of that breath. Try not to feel like you have to hold on to it. In fact, it's preferable to let it all go. Come to a place of emptiness. And then inhale again, the next deep breath. And for these first few breaths, just notice, where am I breathing? Where does it feel comfortable? Where does it feel relaxed? Or perhaps where does it feel tense and tight? And now start to slow your breath down. Imagine you're slowing it down by stretching it out. Like you've got a piece of taffy or rubber and you're slowly stretching that breath out. And as you exhale, you're slowly stretching it out again. On your next inhale, allow your breath to move into the low back, into the kidneys, into the lowest part of the belly, all the way around the spine. And as you exhale, softly, softly release that breath. Let it go. And repeat again. As you're ready, on your next inhale, allow the breath to move into the low back, the kidneys, the belly, the hips. And as you exhale, softly release and let it go. 1 more breath like this. Inhale into the low belly, the back, the hips. Pause. And exhale, let it all go. On your next inhale, so we're going back to that 3-part breath. We did it on Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe. On your next inhale, move past the low belly and move into the middle part of the torso. So from the belly up to the chest, all the way around the sides of the rib cage. Breathe into the back of the ribs. Remember, when you're breathing into your body like a balloon. So you're trying to fill the front of the balloon, the sides of the balloon, the back of the balloon, all the way around. So find that inhale. Inhale into the center of the torso. And as you exhale, let that breath all the way go. As you inhale, breathe into the pelvis, then breathe into the center of the spine and pause. And as you exhale, let it all go. And 1 more breath. See if you can slow it down this time. Slowly breathe into that lower third of the pelvis, then slowly breathe into that middle third and pause. Hold it for a count of 3, 2, 1. Exhale and let it go. And finally, we're going to move the breath into that upper third, that upper chest. So on your next inhale, move into that lower third, breathe into the belly and the hips. Then let the breath move into that middle third of the spine and let it move all the way into the chest, but not just the front of the chest. Remember that balloon image, the shoulders, almost feel like you could breathe into the armpits. Take a full deep breath. Your whole torso should be filled with breath. Exhale, slowly let it all go. And again, repeat. Inhale, slowly move through the low belly, then the middle of the spine, and then all the way into that upper chest. Pause. See if you can sip in a little bit more air, like you're just making your drink as full as possible. And even a little bit more air. Exhale, let it all go. All right, bring your one hand on your heart, could be right or left. Bring one hand on your belly, connect to your heart center, connect to your belly center. Feel that breath move into your body. And it's a Friday. Today, just nice and simple. Give yourself a point of kindness that you can wrap your mind around for both today's yoga and the rest of today or this evening. A mantra of kindness could be, I am joy. I am kind. I am sunlight. I am happiness. Find one thing about yourself that you know that you have inside of you, that you know that you can give to other people and yourself, and wrap your body, wrap your mind around that gift that you have. Take a deep breath. Sip in a little bit more air, like you're sealing that gift in. Sip in a little bit more air, and exhale, let it all go. And from here, softly open your eyes. You want to ring the bell? Thank you. You can stay or go. It's up to you. All right, everyone, we're going to come into hands and knees pose, cat and cow. Hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Inhale, arch and open the spine. Take a deep breath. Lift the belly muscles a little. Exhale, curl, curl, curl. Press your shins, your feet, your hands. Relax the head and jaw. Inhale, deep breath. Arch, open. Take a deep, full breath. Exhale, even deeper exhale. Slowly release and let go. And one more. Inhale, deep, deep, deep breath. Open. Exhale and let it go. Moving into circles. We did this a few days ago. I'm just going to turn to face you. You're going to open your knees a little wider. Turn your hands in just a little. Not extremely so, but just a little. It'll help with the shoulders. And move the body in a circle. So you can imagine your, kids, if you're got yourself in a hula hoop, right? And you're moving around that hula hoop, or adults, you can think of a wheelbarrow and moving the pelvis all the way around all sides of not a wheelbarrow, a wine barrel. How's that image? Take one more large circle, pause, and then switch directions. Go the opposite way. Circle the hips, circle the body, relax the head and neck. Just simple movements to open up the pelvis, the shoulders. Notice as you breathe, you draw energy in. As you exhale, you can release that tension out. On your next exhale, pull your hips back, come into child's pose. Reach your arms forward. Relax your forehead down. If you need to support yourself, bring something underneath your seat. If your seat doesn't go down all the way comfortably, put a block or a pillow and breathe. Deep breath. So in child's pose, stay in the pose as I talk you through it. Breathe into your low back. Breathe into your kidneys. Imagine that you're stretching the breath from your fingertips. I know you can't breathe into your fingertips, and imagine fingertips all the way to the sacrum, all the way to the tailbone. Long, deep breath down that spine. One more deep, powerful breath. And slowly, slowly walk your hands back up. Okay, we're going to go into a few twists today. So today's going to be twists. My goal is to get you into a pigeon pose towards the end, or a modified pigeon, and a few standing poses. So let's see how we do. Come into a cross-legged seated position. Doesn't matter which knee is in front. You're going to take your left arm, I'm mirror imaging you. Bring your right fingertips just out to the hip. Take your left hand to your left knee. Okay, it seems simple, but what most of us tend to do is we tend to curl the spine and round and lean forward. I want you to do almost the opposite. I want you to lean back just a little, almost like you're pushing into your right arm, and you're not really going to be pushing into your knee, but you're bracing yourself and you're opening the chest. I almost think of this as like a very regal, royal posture, really proud, opening and leaning back. Then as you lean back, take a deep breath, and now twist, and you're twisting from that upper chest. So if I could put little hooks underneath my armpits, I would twist from this upper chest, not from the belly so much, not from the hips. And then you can walk your right arm back behind you, right? Notice my chest is open. I'm not rounding and leaning forward. Take a deep breath. You can take your head into the twist. If that strains your neck, release your head away from the twist. Okay. One more breath. And then that arm that's on your knee, so your left arm, open it forward. You'll use your belly muscles a little bit and take your gaze towards that left arm. Reach your right arm forward to meet your left. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms up and stretch. Take a deep breath. Breathe all the way into the kidneys, right? Remember, the spine is like that balloon. You're breathing all the way around into that balloon. Deep breath. Exhale, take your fingertips in front of your knees. Maybe you stop here. Maybe you need a block, right, to walk your hands forward. Some of you don't need a block. Go as far as you can without your seat lifting. Keep your sit bones grounded. Take a deep breath. And then this time, do relax the head, neck, and jaw, and breathe into that low back. Deep breath in. Exhale all the breath out. 2 more breaths here. Deep breath in. Stretch the body with your breath. So your breath is more powerful in this position than your muscles. Okay? Don't use tension. Use the breath. 1 more breath. And slowly walk your hands back in. Okay, take a look at which leg is on top. Remember that one? Open the legs, wiggle them if you need to, and switch. Opposite leg on top. Cross-legged position. Take your left fingertips out to your side. Bring your right hand to your front knee. Again, quick review. You're not rounding. You're not trying to drag yourself forward. In fact, you're trying to pull yourself away at first. You're using the belly muscles. You're using your spine, your core stabilizing muscles. Pull yourself back. And then from the armpits, right? If I had those 2 hooks in my armpit, I'd be twisting from that upper armpit chest. Then you can walk your left arm back behind you and get a little more torque to get into this twist. Take 2 breaths here. Exhale completely. 1 more breath. And then release your head forward. Release your right arm forward. Use your belly muscles. Take your left arm forward to meet your right. This time, hook your thumbs. Hook your thumbs like so, like you're trying to pull them apart. And then bring your fingertips on top. So it's like I have a teepee, right? And I'm lifting my arms up. And I'm trying to pull the thumbs without letting them go. And I'm reaching through the fingertips. So it's going to activate more of these muscles on the sides of the body. Take 1 more deep breath. And then release. 1 more time, forward fold. You can stop your hands wherever you need to, right? But make sure you're getting a stretch and make sure your low back, your sit bones, I should say, don't lift up off the floor. When you come to your edge, take a deep breath. Exhale and release and breathe. No matter what, your breath is your friend here. Your mind is going to try and talk you out of it and tell you to go deeper or tell you you've gone too far. But if you can breathe deeply, you can release tension. So send that breath into your body, give your body strength, and slowly walk your hands back up. Okay. Take your legs, bring them in front of you so that my knees are lifted, and you're going to swing both legs over towards your right. Okay, you can tuck 1 foot under. There is a proper way to do this, but I'm not concerned about that now so much. Swing them over to your right. And if you have a problem sitting like this, you lean forward too much. You notice I have a blanket. You can put your left sit bone on the top of that blanket, and then your right bum will kind of go lower, and you won't be leaning. Okay? And then we're going to twist again. So your legs are to your right. You're going to take your right arm. You're going to reach it across, if you can, that front knee. Your left arm is out to the side. It's definitely supporting you, okay? You can walk that left arm back. Same principle. Open the chest, tall, proud, regal, right? Remember, you have a gift to give yourself in the world. And exhale and twist. You're going to feel this twist a little bit more into the belly. If you feel it too much in the low back, you've gone too far. Back off, right? Move forward a little. Take 1 more breath. And then release the head, gaze over that right shoulder. All right, second side. So unwind the legs. I'm going to move to the other side of my blanket so I can demonstrate how to do this with a blanket. Swish your knees to your left. Okay. You can then bring your right sit bone down on the blanket if you need that extra support. Your right hand comes off to the side. Your left arm reaches forward. Grab a hold of that front knee if you can. Inhale, grow taller. Proud. Exhale and twist. So I'm going to encourage you not to do exactly what you did on the other side, but to do what feels good for each side. If you have any injuries or certainly any spinal sacrum issues, It's not going to be the same. On my body, it's way different from this side than the other. But the key is not to let your ego tell you to match things, but to go where you need to go. Take one more breath. Release the head. Take your gaze over that front shoulder. Open the chest. And release. Okay. Come back down. One more thing in seated. I'm going to move these little chimes here. Lean back onto your hands. Open your knees out to the side. We did these windshield wipers a few days ago. And just windshield wiper your knees down as you exhale. Inhale through center. Exhale and down. You know, if you're doing this with your kids, you can definitely go faster or slower. You can make sounds as you make windshield wipers on the floor. Okay, one more cycle of releasing a little bit of that outer hip. And then from here, take your right leg out to the side. Bring your left knee forward and up. One more twist. Your right arm is down. Your left arm reaches tall, 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 tall. Okay? Option one, you're going to stay here and reach. Option two, you're going to wrap yourself around your left elbow to that left knee and twist. Option three, if you know where we're headed, you know this pose, you reach your left arm and you bring it to the inside of that left knee. I know traditionally this leg is forward, but for now we're going to open it, get a little bit of space in that pelvis. Take one more breath. Exhale and release. Okay, second side. Now your left leg is forward, your right knee is lifted. Option one, you stay here and stretch up to the ceiling. Option two, you wrap around that knee and you twist towards that straight leg. Option three, you combine, you lift up, and instead of wrapping around, you bring your elbow to the inside of the knee and you twist. 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale, deep breath. And exhale. One more breath. And release. All right. Take your feet forward. Table pose. Feet are pointing in front of you. We're going to do this 3 times. First time, my fingers are pointing towards my toes, okay? So my fingers are pointing back towards my toes. Open the chest. Press down into your legs. Use your legs. Use your bum. Use your thighs. And lift up. Just 3 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Looking back is pretty hard for most people, so you might want to just kind of take your gaze forward. Open the chest. Use your arms. Exhale and release. In between sets, bring the soles of your feet together. Butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Looks like this. Soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides. And take a deep breath. You can stay here and stay upright. You can grab a hold of your ankles and take a deep breath and maybe lean forward. One more breath. And release. Okay. Second variation. So we had fingers pointing forwards. Now we're going to go fingers out to the sides like 2 flippers. Okay. Same pose, table pose. Inhale. Open chest. Use your feet. Use your legs. Use your bum. Use your whole lower body. Don't just try and do this from the shoulders. Exhale, lift up. Just 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale, deep breath. And exhale. Now you might be down here. That's okay. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale and release. Okay, butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together. Inhale, take a deep breath. Exhale and lean forward. Soften your jaw. Take one more breath. And let it go. All right, last one. This time, if you want to, your fingers can point straight back. For some people, that does not feel good on the wrists. So if you try this and you're like, no way, then repeat what we did earlier, either fingers out to the sides or fingers forward. Okay. Take a deep breath, inhale. Remember, use your glutes, use your low body. Exhale, lift up. 3 breaths. Inhale deeply. Imagine your spine is just as strong as your belly. Your spine is lifting up towards the belly. The belly's lifting up to the sky. One more breath. Exhale and release. Last time, Baddha Konasana. Inhale, take a deep breath, stretch. Exhale and lean forward. This time, soften the chin down. Slowly, just a degree or 2, roll the chin to the left, and then slowly back into center and over towards your right, and then back into the center. Inhale, and bring your spine all the way up. All right. Turn yourself around, come back to hands and knees pose. One round of cat and cow, then we move to down dog and to standing. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open, tuck your toes under, lift your legs, lift your hips, stretch, downward facing dog. Your hands can be on the edges of your mat, especially if you have shoulder stuff going on. Pull on the mat. Your feet can even be off the mat. Your knees can be bent. Your heels can be lifted. All I want you to do is stretch. Every one of us is going to look differently in this pose. Take one more breath. And then walk your hands back. Bend your knees. Please bend your knees. This isn't about a hamstring stretch quite yet. Bend your knees. Relax the torso. Maybe grab a hold of the forearms, or hands, if they come down towards your ankles, can go there. Take a deep breath. Exhale completely. And then use your belly muscles. Weight in the heels. Keep the head and neck relaxed. Drop the tailbone down. Belly muscles are strong as you roll all the way up to standing. All right. You can move your blanket if you have some padding here. From anywhere from the top or sides of your mat, side body stretch. Take your left hand on your hip. Reach your right arm up. Stretch it over. And then this time, bend the elbow, and you're going to round in front of you, okay? Almost like a wave crashing. So let's do that together 2 more times. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, over to the side, and then like a wave, it crashes, it rounds. So I am asking you to round your spine now, right? Inhale, reach up. Exhale, over and round. Okay, and then just switch sides. Right hand goes to hip. Your left arm lifts up. Inhale, reach up. Reach over. First it's straight, then it bends, and then you round and release. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, over, bend, and release. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, over, bend, and release. Inhale, reach both arms up. Interlace the fingers, stretch. Press your feet down. And instead of thinking lifting with your arms, imagine your arms begin from your spine. Right? We talked about this the other day. My arms are connected to my back. So I'm not lifting my arms, I'm actually lifting my spine as I lift my arms. Take 2 more breaths. Grow taller. Hug your belly muscles in. Create stability in the core. 1 more breath. Exhale and release. Okay. Walk up to the top of your mat. I'm going to move mine over just a little bit. Inhale, open your arms out to the sides. Exhale, bend your knees and take your fingertips down towards your toes. Step your left foot back and bring your left knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up and just breathe. You can take your right hand on the thigh. You'll get a little bit more of a stretch through that left hip, left psoas. If you've got stability and balance and you don't need that extra support, you don't want it, reach your arms up. 1 more breath. Exhale and release. Cat and cow, just 2 rounds. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale and round. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale and round. Inhale, take a deep breath. Tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Just 2 breaths. Inhale deeply. Push with the arms. Maintain a slight bend in the knees, especially if your low back is bothering you. Stretch the hips up. And then you're going to step your left foot forward. So 2 ways you can do this. If you're comfortable with yoga, you can lift that left leg up a little fancier, draw it through the center, step it through, and bring your right knee down. If you're not so comfortable with yoga, you're going to come down to a hands and knees pose, and you're going to lean onto your right and step your left foot around. Okay? It doesn't go that far. You pick it up, and then you wiggle it forward. Either way, we all end up in the same spot. Left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up, stretch. 3 breaths. Option to put the left hand on the left thigh, and you'll give you a little support, and it'll actually stretch deeper into this frontal hip section, this ASIS, this frontal hip bone. You want to imagine it lifting up towards your fingertips. 1 more breath. Exhale, take your hands down. Tuck your back toes under. Stretch your back leg straight. You're in a runner's lunge. Lift up from your center. Lift up from the core. Don't let the pelvis collapse down. Take your gaze forward. Push down into your left foot and push away with your right foot. Step up. Bend your knees. Roll all the way up to standing. Inhale, open the arms. Palms together this time. Exhale, hands come back at the heart. Pause for a moment. Either palms in prayer pose or palms down by your side, and just connect to your breath. Notice how it's moving through the body. Remember, our breath is our focal point. Well, it should always be our focal point, but today it really is. So notice how that breath moves. Notice if you can breathe a little more deeply, maybe into certain areas. Remember that gift that I asked you to focus on, that quality that you have, that you know that you can give right away to yourself and others. Imagine strengthening that quality with your breath. Right? Imagine feeding that quality with your breath. And take one more deep breath. Exhale, slowly release. I'm going to turn back to face front. Second side. Inhale, open the arms wide. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Step your right foot back. I know we just ended with the left foot forward, but we're starting in reverse. Inhale, reach your arms up. Same option, left hand on thigh, right arm lifts up, or both arms lift back up. Remember that thing we did earlier when we hook the thumbs? If your arms are lifted, I'm going to have you do that again. So you're going to hook the thumbs and then bring the fingertips over the thumbs. So it's like a teepee. And as you try and pull the thumbs apart, reach the arms up, take a deep breath. Remember, your arms are connected to your back. It's not your shoulders just lifting, it's everything lifting. Exhale and release. Cat and cow, 2 rounds to down dog. Inhale, open. If you're feeling tired, you can skip the down dog and go to child's pose. But stay with me with cat and cow. Inhale, open. Exhale and round. Your choice, child's pose for 5 breaths, or downward facing dog. If you're in down dog, you're going to push with your arms, lift your belly muscles, and lift your hips. Even in child's pose, I want you to push gently through the fingertips, so there's still an active stretch going on. You're not just kind of sinking, right? Sinking is fine, but for now, let's engage. Let's use the breath. One more breath. Now, those of you in down dog, if you want to do that kind of fancier lift, right, if that feels comfortable to you, you're going to lift your right leg up, and you're going to step it through and bring your left knee down. Those of you in child's pose, you can come up to hands and knees pose, lean onto your left, and step your right foot forward. And if it doesn't go forward all the way, you take it out to the side, you lift it, and you wiggle it forward. Okay? We end up in a lunge, right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Option, right hand on thigh, left arm lifts, or if you took that thumb hooking option last time, do it again. Thumbs hook, fingertips come over the thumbs like a teepee. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Use your belly muscles, use your legs, so you're pushing down into the ground with your right heel. You're pushing that left shin, top of the left foot down. Maybe take your gaze up and then release your hands down. Tuck your back toes under from the center. Lift up, runner's lunge. Push down in that right heel, stretch your chest forward, step up. Bend your knees, roll all the way up to standing. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, hands come back at the heart. And come back to that centering. I'm just going to face you so I have a connection with you guys, but you don't have to turn around. Palms in prayer pose or palms facing forward. I like to have a tiny bend in my knees here. I like my feet apart, but if you prefer feet together and you can connect easily with both sides of your body, do so. This is going to be slightly longer than the previous one. Shift your weight to your left for just a moment. So your right foot gets light, but it's still on the ground. Notice how that feels. And then do the opposite. Shift your weight to your right, so your left foot gets light, even though it's still on the ground, and notice how that feels. And then find evenness, find balance. So neither leg has more weight than the other. You're right in the middle. Now imagine you could feel underneath your right big toe, across to your right pinky toe, and all the way back to your right heel. There's a triangle there. Press down gently. Under right big toe, right pinky toe, and the right heel. And then lift the inner arch. Lift the arch of the foot. And same with the left side. Notice if you can press down with your left big toe, your left pinky toe joint, and underneath your left heel. Lift the inner and outer arch of the foot. As you lift those inner arches, you might notice your kneecaps lift and these muscles here, the quads, right? The front of the thighs lift. As those muscles lift, the frontal hip bones lift. And then don't forget the back body. What about the hamstrings, the back of the thighs? Can you lift the backs of the knees? Can you imagine lifting the hamstrings? Can you imagine engaging the outer hips so the whole lower body is engaged? You might feel some of those core stabilizers, the belly muscles turn on. Keep them turned on. Align your shoulders over your hips. Make sure you're breathing. And then relax energy through your arms. Visualize now, if you could, imagine breathing in light, breathing in energy through your feet, up through your legs, into the torso, up into the chest, and then out through the arms. And take one more breath. Exhale completely. Open your eyes. Okay. We have a few more minutes. Little repeat of what we did Monday. Okay. Lean to your left, lift your right foot forward, and then lift it off the ground. Open it to the side and reach it back. So you're balancing in a half circle. Reach it forward. Reach it out to the side. Notice which muscles have to fire in the opposite leg. Reach it back. Reach it through the center. And then reverse. From the center, reach it back. Reach it out to the side. Reach it forward. Repeat, reach it back. Out to the side and forward. Okay, let it go. Shake it out. Switch legs. On your right foot, lift your left foot. Reach it forward. Reach it out to the side. Reach it slowly back. Reach it through the center. If you lose your balance, that's okay, right? Reach it out to the side. So every time I lose my balance, it shows me which muscles are not firing, which muscles are not awake yet. And it's a wonderful lesson. Release and switch sides. I shouldn't say release, sorry, just switch directions. So release your left foot back now. Take your left foot out to the side. Take your left foot forward. Bring your left foot back, out to the side, and forward. Okay. Shake it out, shake it out. Back to your left leg, lift your right foot up, tree pose. You just balanced, right? So you should be able to balance low tree. If you want to balance into more of a classic tree, foot goes here, palms come together. If you want to play with your palm tree, right? I think this is really fun, especially for kids and adults who want to act and have fun like kids, right? Play with the palm tree, play with balance. Who cares if you fall? If you want to take the classic pose, you can hook your thumbs, bring your fingertips together, or interlace your fingers, index fingers, and lift up. You want to get really fancy, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Exhale and release. Shake it out, shake it out. Second side. You're on your right leg now. Lift your left foot up and come in a tree pose. Maybe lift it a little higher. Maybe play with your tree. All right, palm tree waving in the wind. Those of us in Southern California, it's a familiar sight. Maybe arms lifting up to the sky. Maybe eyes closed. Exhale and release. All right, second balance today. Bend your knees. And now you're gonna weight on your left leg and you're gonna take your right foot, bring it to the inner calf muscle. This is stage one. So your left knee is going to be bent, your right foot to the inner calf muscle. Stage two would be bend your knees deeper, like you're coming into a chair pose, and cross your right ankle over the top of the left thigh. So left knee, left thigh. Okay. So I'm going to do it from a side view. Stage two, front view, stage one. Just a little bit of relax. If you can get to here, hands on the hips, this is not easy, but we've done a lot of balance. You could reach one arm forward and reach the other arm forward. No, we're not going into the full arm balance, but I'm giving you guys something to do that's strengthening and challenges balance. Take one more breath and release. Shake it out, shake it out. All right, second side. So first stage, bend your right knee and take your left foot to that inner calf muscle. Okay, so you're preparing. One knee bent, using my glutes, my inner thighs, my belly. Second option would be to bend both knees, cross ankle over knee. Hands on the hips. Right? If I take this option, reach one arm forward, maybe reach the second arm forward, pull the hips back and away, take a deep breath, and then stand, come all the way up. Exhale, open the arms and release. All right, drop your right ear to your right shoulder, take a deep breath, roll the chin down into the chest, drop your left ear to your left shoulder, take a deep breath, roll the chin down into the chest, use your belly muscles, slowly roll all the way up. Inhale, take a deep breath, reach the arms up, interlace the fingers, stretch the palms up to the sky, exhale and come down. You can come down through a squat, all right? I think a squat a day, if you can do it, is awesome for the body, awesome for the low back. You can always support yourself coming down, use your hands. And then come on to seated. Now, two options. I wanted to get you into pigeon pose. Well, I'm going to do this one pretty quickly because I want to complete the meditation as well. So one option for pigeon is going to be to take the classic pigeon, but I'm going to demo the variation first because I know some of you can't do pigeon. Take your left foot forward. Same thing we just did. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. You can do this seated, or you could do this on your back. Right ankle over left knee. Bring your left thigh into your chest and grab a hold of that left thigh to stretch into the back. Okay, that's your option if you know you can't do pigeon. If you're going to do pigeon, you're going to roll around forward. And you're going to bring your left knee forward. So my left, actually, I'll do the same side that I'm on. Right side, so right knee forward, right foot over to the left side of the mat, and the left knee is down. From here, you could pad yourself, right? You could put a blanket or a pillow underneath your seat if you want to go upright. Or if you want to relax down, walk your hands forward and relax your forehead down. Five slow, deep breaths wherever you are. This is a great pose, not only for releasing tension in the back, but it also gives us a lot of information about how we move, metaphorically and physically. Okay, the right side of the body represents masculine energy, and if you think of a yin-yang symbol, right, yin-yang, it's balance of masculine and feminine. So when we feel a lot of tension on the right side, that usually means that there is some kind of imbalance in how we present ourselves, right? So masculine energy could be anything from a strong drive to a sense of competitiveness, right? It doesn't have to be negative. Those things are good, but it just could represent an imbalance there. Slowly come back up. Okay, if you're in pigeon pose and you have some support, unwind that support. You're going to go straight to the other side if you're in pigeon. Okay, so you're going to take your left foot forward, your left knee at one side of the mat, your left foot moving down kind of towards the body, towards the hip. The left knee is definitely in front of the foot. Right knee is down. Take a deep breath. Support yourself and lower down. If you're doing the variation, there's two options to that, right? The variation, one is on your seat. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Hop your right foot in and sit up tall. This one is a little bit more work. Or you do the same thing on your back. Left ankle over right knee, but then you draw the right thigh into the chest. Wrap your arms around the thigh and breathe. So now if you're feeling more tension in your left side, the question becomes, okay, how am I imbalanced in my feminine energy? Feminine energy tends to be more caretaking, right? I'm talking classic energy, not, just generalizations. I know it's different for every person. But it tends to be more receptive and more giving. So if you feel a disproportionate sensation on the left from the right, then it's maybe time to ask yourself, how am I doing too much or not doing enough? And that's up to you to answer, right? This isn't for anybody else to tell you. It's up for us to figure it out. Take one more breath and release. Okay. We are at 10:40, and I want to do my best to honor everyone's time. So come back up to seated. Oh, I'm sorry, I took us a little bit longer than I thought. Bring your palms together. And usually we have a slightly longer meditation at the end. But for today, draw your awareness back into your body. Allow your breath to feel light and free. Allow yourself to explore all parts of yourself. Right? What we think of as positive and negative, they're all parts of us. And allow the breath to fill your body with love. And to do that, let your breath move into the pelvis, let it move into the belly, let it move slowly into the heart, and imagine it cleaning everything out that stands in the way of you loving yourself. And again, allow your breath to move slowly into the pelvis and into the belly, slowly into the heart, almost like you're washing something clean, like you have a sink, you're scrubbing it clean. As you exhale, all that dirt washes down the drain. Same thing, as you exhale, wash away anything that stands in the way of you believing in yourself. And one more breath. As you draw this breath into your body, really focus on your gift. You have many gifts, but focus on that one gift that popped up to you maybe in the beginning or somewhere in the middle of class. I know I can give this to other people. I know I can give this to myself. As you exhale, wash away anything that gives you doubt in yourself. Wash it away. Slowly, let your palms come to your third eye. Just as a reminder for clarity of thought and consciousness in all that you do. As a reminder, bring your palms towards your mouth for clarity of speech and communication, especially with those that we love the most. And then back to your heart as a reminder for clarity of action. Namaste. Thank you for hanging out, everyone. So I'm sorry, we're 3 minutes late today. If you need to go, please go. I'm going to open up the chat window. And where's my chat? Here we go. Yes, Ben. Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is this class is going to move to 9 a.m. starting next week. I've had a few requests, and it seems like that's reasonable. It's going to be more or less the same format. Usually we have 5 minutes of meditation, 30 minutes of yoga, and 5 minutes of meditation. So if you're a little late, you miss the meditation. You get the yoga, or you can adjust it however you like. Okay. Yeah, I can do more about left and right for sure. Thanks, everyone. I'll post, if you are in touch with me, however you're in touch with me, WhatsApp, email, Facebook, I'll post a Venmo and a PayPal link. And so what I'd like to do for next week is just to open it up to donation. I think that's the fairest thing to do. So many people are out of work. So if you are working and you can donate a little bit more, just donate what's on your heart, right? If you're not working, maybe you can donate even something simple as, I mentioned this yesterday, even $1 a class, just to give back, energetically give back. I think that's important. If you absolutely cannot donate anything to me, that's fine. I'm not going to kick you out by any stretch, but I am going to ask that you give to someone else, right? So if you can't even donate like $1, take someone's dog for a walk, go grocery shopping for an older person, cook someone something. I'm getting a little emotional because so much going on in the world right now. Anyway, sorry. We need to be here for each other. That's what I believe.